no, I'm Jane.
Hi, I'm Graham, and
Together
we are the Woolly Cod Wanderers. Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode in the camper van build. Haven't got through a great deal this week with work commitments, and we've just finished having a family barbecue, and the weather's been absolutely superb this afternoon for it, so that's all gone really well. But as regards the van, we've got the osmoing done. We've got all the layers on now. Three layers, Jane, isn't it?
It
Yeah,
is.
I think it's 3 layers. Yeah. So we've had 3 layers on, but in part of it, when you feel it, you can just get like a, what would you call it, Jane? It's just like a bit rough. It just needs that edge taken off. So what we've done, I don't know what you call this. I got it with my sanding gear, and it's a bit like, what do you call them things you use in the kitchen, Jane?
Washing up grainy things.
A washing up greeny thing. It's a bit like the back of one of them. So we've tried it in a couple of spots, and where you just lightly go over, it's like buffing it. As soon as you do that, just give it a wipe, and it's lovely, smooth as a baby's bum. So we're happy with that. So that bit's done, which is obviously taking some time, putting the coat on, leaving it dry, giving it a rub and what have you. But what we have been working on today has been the door cupboards, is it?
The cupboard doors.
That's it, the door cupboards. The cupboard doors. Anyway, if you want to watch this. Right. This is the ply board that we're using for the backs of the doors. So it's 3.5mm ply. So what we've got is, there's the framework of the doors. So what I've done is pencil lined round this side. Okay, I'll remove that. So there you see, let's put that down. We've got the pencil line round the outer side. Now what I've then done is measure basically 25mm in and 25mm in. But to save plyboard, I've changed the 25 to 50 there and 50 there, so that when that cuts, it basically sits in the middle where it needs to be, with 25mm all the way around. So I've got to do that, then use that as a template to make another 4 of the same size, and then the same principle for one that needs to be slightly smaller. Right, there they all are. 1, 2, 3, 4, which are the same size. One slightly smaller. Then we've got the 2, one over there and one there, which are for the door. This frame here just needs a bit more of a paint on it, but then that's all the door fronts and panels ready to be painted, so that we can complete those. Right, this is the 4mm ply that we're using for the back of the cupboard doors, where we've had to take it off, you know, I was showing you in the other video. So anyway, Jane's now done all of them and got 2 coats on them, so now they're ready to be attached to the doors. So that's the next job for them. Right, that's the backing of the door that Jane's been painting. We've tacked it, I'll just show you underneath. We've tacked it and glued it. Yeah, the reason that was left unpainted is so that when the nails went in and it was held in place, we can just paint over, we'll get you a better finished look. However, we've got a problem. The hinges have been painted, they're fine, and it looks okay. But major mistake. What we've done is this ply on the back, yeah, we just measured in 25mm, cut it round, and then glued and screwed it. But this gap here is what it should have been cut to, because when we drop the hinges, if you see, the hinges are on the actual cupboard door itself, not on this backing. So when you put the door down, you can see we've got this problem. And the reason for that is because those hinges are flat onto the metal, onto the cupboard door, And then when we put the backing on, it's stopping it from shutting. So we've got a bit of a problem. So it's a case of take the backing off again, measure the actual opening in here, this actual opening all the way around, and then cut it to that. Or what we could do is look at taking these hinges off, putting ply, the same ply onto there, so it brings it to the same height. I think what I might try first is a bit of ply on there, because then when you painted it, just the back. Oh, I don't have to make jobs for myself, but just a little silly mistake that hopefully we can rectify. But that's where we're at with that. Right, I've put it past the gaffer and she's okay with that. And as you say, when you come round, you see it against the frame there. And let's get right round to the side. She's hanging straight there. There's a slight bit off here, but this is tongue and groove and it's all over. But once you get your catch to hold it in place, which you're going to need so you don't have him flapping around and the catch goes on, that's going to go nowhere. So that's what we're going with. But as you'll see from that, this door opening is only up here, and we've got all this cupboard door. The reason for that is, you say, when you look at the opening, it's a lot smaller than this cupboard door. And the reason for that is, I don't know if you can remember back to the early part of the build, when we were putting the framing along here for all this. I didn't want to make these areas exactly the same size of the door, or just a fraction under the size of the door, in case I hadn't got it, totally right. And the last thing you want to put a door up and then a gap, or have to start looking at new doors. So we always were intending for these openings, which is the cupboard openings, to be smaller than the actual doors. Maybe gone a bit too far with that, because it's a long way up from that. But the door opens to the ceiling nice and level. It's not catching anything. That's all right there. So, as you say, it's a cupboard door, isn't it? At the end of the day, we get into the cupboard, and that's what it's all about. So now I just need to take that back off now, fix that bit of ply on with a bit of glue, and then Jane can paint them, and then we can then hang them up. So just got that to do on there, and then we've got 2 on this side and 2 on this side, which are slightly larger cupboard doors, and then they're done. So as you say, that was the fun we've had with the cupboard doors. I've said it right this time, not door cupboard. How did it, how's him out Star Wars said, where everything's back there, I don't know. Well, anyway, it was the cupboard doors. So hopefully they were not maybe the ideal way of doing them, but it works. Obviously we've now got the other 4 to do. Then obviously Jane will have to put a coat of paint over the back of those to make them finished off. Then we'll get them screwed up, and then look at getting a catch fitted to them, which will probably fit just one catch on each. It's one of them, we're looking at those where you push in type of thing and it just holds it. So hopefully they'll be strong enough with one clip. If not, we may look at putting the 2 up. But that's it for this episode, really. Apart from a couple of episodes ago, we were having a bit of a laugh about the GoPro we'd got. Well, when I'd done that video, on the end of it, I was saying about how I'd had a problem when I went to the budgies, how it just like cut off. And I'd like to put a big shout out to Gadget John, because he came back with a lovely comment, giving me all these different types of options which could have been the problem with it. Since then, I've been speaking with Gadget John, overheating of the GoPro. We'd gone to the pub to take our Jane's mum out for Sunday lunch. Sorry, not the pub, the planning room. And when we were there, we were just playing around with it, and it got really, really hot. It was as hot as one of those hand warmer things. And I thought, this isn't right. And then since then, I've looked online and things, and with what Gadget John was saying, that they are prone for heating. But this had overheated to a stage that when you went to use one of the functions on the photo, where you just go to put like a delay on so you can hold it and take a photo, the function just wasn't there. Whether that was due to it was that hot or what. Anyway, so that's gone back, sent it back, and we've got a new one through. Oh, we've got a little leg cover for it as well. So this one, it's getting slightly only a touch warm. Now obviously you're aware of it, you're forever looking at it. But we've used it today on the family barbecue, and touch wood, it's been spot on. Haven't had a problem with it. But we'll see how it progresses. Obviously, I'm going to use it a lot and play about with it because I want to make sure I'm happy with it before I get past the date when I can send it back. So anyway, that's it for this week. So catch you next week. Bye for now. Bye for now.